Welcome
What's
to the
good?
Flat Earth Diaries.
What is up, everybody? What's up, E? How we doing? How we living today?
Bro, it's Wednesday. We're getting there. I'll be better on Friday. I'll be better on Saturday night after the Niner game. So I'm gonna go radio silent on Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna go like Tony, just pretend my internet's not working.
I'll tell you what, man. I haven't even followed the Cowboys for years, brother, and it still hurt. It still hurt. You know what I mean? Like, Dak's got to go. He's got to go. He's being paid high. He's being more paid by the other teams than he is by the Cowboys. I truly believe that. Those can't be interceptions. They weren't good interceptions, brother. He was tossing them to the other team members.
I think they said his cap number next year is $59 million.
No.
Let me double check that. But yeah.
No. As good as you are, nobody's that good for that money. Doing the things he's doing. You know what I mean? And we're allowed to dog on the guy because you're being paid millions to perform and come through. You know what I'm saying? It's just no excuses at that point, brother. Welcome, everybody.
Ooh.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, okay?
Here is the breakdown to the 2024 Dak Prescott contract.
Oh.
His base salary is $29 million.
29.
There's going to be a $13.2 million signing bonus, a $5 million roster bonus, a $12 million restructure fee. The total cap hit is $59,455,000. If they were to cut him, his dead cap space would be $61,915.
Yo, and
you got Dak next year.
And that is wow.
Considering your salary cap's going to be about $270 next year, and you have one player that's taking up $60 million of it, and you still got to pay Micah, you got to pay CeeDee Lamb,
I'll tell you what, it's too much for me to bear alone. This show is brought to you today by Screwball Whiskey, guys. This is your peanut butter flavored whiskey. What do you do with peanut butter flavored whiskey? We all love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? I got my glass. I'm going to do a little pour out here. I don't measure, I just pour.
That's what you do. You pour to the heart's content.
Exactly. To the heart's content. And then we get some Ocean Spray grape juice, and we go pour this in here. Peanut butter.
Kiss you the ocean. Or at least showing up like that Mexican guy on TikTok that went viral for drinking the cranberry juice on a skateboard.
I'm open for endorsements, and I'm gonna pour just a little on top just in case I was low. There we go. So we got our whiskey poured out. We got our drink ready. It's on ice. We're ready to go. Let me put this on the other side though, because the other day I did a live video while working on a belt. I slapped my glass out of the way, broke the whole shit. Drink was everywhere. Not good. So let's go to the comments. What's up, Tyler Doe? What's up, brother? How we doing?
Hello.
Heard you got that new HD belt or something coming. Hopefully it's a good one. What's up, Platinum? How we doing, brother?
What up, Platinum?
Octagon. And you know what? We could all pick a happy medium. You know what I mean? The Earth could be octagon. Why not?
As long as it's not the shape of Tony's forehead, I think we'll all survive. Just throwing it out there. Let's just keep it copacetic.
What's up, AD? What's going on, Terry? What's going on, brother? What is up, Drew?
Drew!
Look at this. Room service. I got me a chimichanga.
Chimichanga. Just like Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher, yeah. So, guys, earlier I had a discussion let's just call this guy, I don't know,
Moni?
Bills fan. We'll call him Bills fan 00-10105. I don't know.
We'll just call him Painter.
Yeah. Okay. So this conversation came out of nowhere, but it's very interesting. I've heard both sides of this thing on the internet. Both ways are convincing in their own way, but I don't know. I'm not a big church guy. I'm not a big Bible guy. I do believe in God. I do believe in the higher power. I don't go to church every Sunday. I haven't been to church in many, many moons. But I do believe in a lot of the scriptures, certain things that come in past and things like that. And the whole firmament theory, you know what I mean? I don't know if you've heard of this. How the firmament is like the big dome over the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, there's been a lot of things going on. There's been a lot of pictures that circle the web about how NASA spends so much money, more than anybody in the United States, over the usage of hydrogen gas and things like that to get these weather balloons up and get these satellites up in an orbit and things of that nature. I mean, once a satellite is up in space, it's up there, right? I mean, why do we have to keep setting them up? I don't know.
Yeah. This is like, there's so many layers to this rabbit hole. Like, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a round earther. We're a fucking blip in the radar of something bigger. And if you take the flat earthers perspective, right? Now, then you get the round earthers perspective, but then you have those two battle, right? Then you get the aliens perspective and the Jesus perspective. Then you have to have those battle, right? Because you can't have one without the other. If there's aliens, there was no Jesus. If there's Jesus, there's no aliens. Right? We're so like 50-50. It's everything's like Democrat, Republican. Right, left.
Why can't one coexist with another, right? I mean, there's room for everybody. There's room for everything and everybody.
Did you see this thing? It blew my mind. They said if you took the population of New York per capita, you took the density, the population density of New York, you could fit everybody in the world in the state of Texas.
Texas is big.
That's fucking wild, mate.
It's fucking big. I mean, it would be like
I know
canned
some of them
sardines,
an illegal alien.
Yeah. Jesus is an illegal. I've heard a few Jesuses in my life to be illegal aliens.
Ain't no mountain too high enough.
I'll tell you, there's just things like, okay, the landing of the moon. There's a lot of things we can speculate about it and things like that. We've seen things like, I've commented on this before. How come there isn't a sign, a blast mark, or anything from the thrust of the engine or the rocket that supports the shuttle coming down on the landing of the moon?
Let's dive into this though. If you're gonna do it, one, let's just say they landed on the moon, right?
Yeah.
And Neil Armstrong's walking off the steps of the ladder. We all seen the video. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, right?
For the first time, and nobody's set foot yet.
Nobody's set foot yet.
Armstrong is coming down.
Where's the cameraman?
Oh, exactly.
Hold on, I'm going further too.
Because he had a pretty damn good angle, right?
So they stake the moon as our own, right? So the moon is the United States now. Where did that Range Rover side by side that they were riding around the moon come from?
Exactly.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. Just answer me where that came from.
It couldn't have fit in that little shuttle, right?
Combustion engines need oxygen. As far as I know, there's no oxygen on the moon.
Engines need three things, right?
Fuel, spark,
and oxygen.
So how does that combustion engine run on the moon? Two, when they're getting off when he's landing on the thing and they show his footstep, right?
Mm-hmm.
His boots have a distinct ridge pattern on the bottom.
Oh, the little lines, the thick line? Yeah.
Yes, but if you look at the suit in the museum, there's no ridge patterns, there's a round circle.
I've heard rumors that the reason why we don't see it on the suit is because the boot that slipped on the bottom of that spacesuit were like a weight down. There were weights on the bottom of those boots. And that once they decommissioned the suits and everything and they put them over there in the museum, they no longer had them on there.
Okay.
So that, I mean, let's say you debunk the boots out of all the things you've debunked so far. Yeah, I mean that
you debunked the boots.
I'll give them that. It's a possibility. I'll give them that.
So hold on. Let me I want to make sure my date's right, so I don't.
This chimichanga's staring at
moon landing.
And there's just
1969.
69. I mean, they had problems making cars run in 69 here on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Carburetors are a little finicky.
Now, we landed on the moon in 1969. I'm sorry, but we're the type of people that just do shit to do it as a society. There's nothing built on the moon by now. We ain't got a Family Dollar General on the moon right now. There ain't no Walmart on the moon. You ain't got nothing on the moon. I'm just saying it's true. That's true.
True that.
There's more wonky
higher views.
There's more wonky things with the moon landing than there are the Van Allen belt. I'm a firm believer we can't get past the Van Allen belt.
You know, what I compare this all to, this space stuff, when we finally are able to dominate and are able to go down into the depths of the ocean and conquer that, I think we might have a chance then going out in outer space and doing the things that they say we've done. I'll tell you what though, Mexico, they're coming up, brother. They have a mission of going to land on the moon now. They're really trying. For the first time in history, they're going at it.
They're just gonna build a ladder just to go around the moon and come back and get in the United States. That's all. Just a big loop. They'll do it.
But if anybody can do it, Americans, we spend so much money building this damn wall, and then these guys come in with like the most basic tools of time and get through and over and under these walls. Then these guys can get to the moon. They will do it.
What's your wife say about a moon landing? Is she like, yo, there's the moon landing, you're fucking stupid, or?
Well, it's kind of like this. Me and my wife watch a lot of the same TV, the same what do you call those things? Documentaries and stuff like that. So our mind is kind of on that same pattern. Sometimes I feel like I'll say something like, oh, we never landed on the moon, and then I'll make my points about it, and then she'll say, okay. Because as a good wife, as a good woman, she backs up and supports me in everything I do and say, right? So
see, that's where we divide here. It's because my wife, she's very how do I put it? She's a very earthly person. So like she's one of those people like, and I poke fun at it, but I know I poke fun in a harmless way. Well, I hope it comes off in a harmless way. I haven't really asked, but like she's like one of those people like if her shit feels unbalanced or something, she's like you know how they do the little group of little flowers where they're like yeah that kind of She does that kind of stuff, and like I don't worry about it, to each his own, but when it comes to like aliens and like, I think she thinks pretty much. Hold on, let me ask live on air, babe. Flat earthers, are they dumb? All they have to do is fly in a plane, roll the eyes. Hold on. Moon landing, hoax or real? Don't know enough about it, and that's how she is. But if she was to gain interest, she'd go down every rabbit hole under the sun.
I believe that, and it's really easy to do. Like my son, he came into the kitchen as I was talking about the subject, and he goes, "Dad, the Earth is round." And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, because I want to test his knowledge to see where his thoughts, a young perspective's mind, where it's at." He's 10 years old. I go, let's say you're on the beach and you see a boat, and that boat is sailing away from you. It just keeps going, right? Until you can see it, you can't see it anymore. And you squint and you look and you try as hard as you can. But you lose the boat out of sight. Is that because of the curvature of the earth? After a certain distance, does it go inward and you are no longer visible to you? He kind of sat there and thought about it, and he goes, no. He said, the thing is that our eye doesn't have the ability to see that far. I said, okay, so what if you get some binoculars and you put those suckers on and you zoom in and you catch sight of that ship? Okay. What now if you kept looking through those binoculars at that ship until it turned into a speck and just disappeared? Could you get something a little stronger and look downrange and find it? I mean, I know the earth is big, but at some point there has to be a degree where that thing gets lost.
So I Google just how far can the human eye see. Now this will kind of perplex you in a way, right? So from the ground, if you're standing on the ground, a human's vision has a range of up to 3 miles. Follow me on this. Or 3 miles until the horizon line, right? However, a person can see many more miles from a greater elevation, and even further if the object they're viewing is also above ground. Which, reading it that way would tend to lend a degree of fire to the flat earthers, because if I can see 3 miles this way, but now I go this way, but if the earth is curved, in theory, I shouldn't, that point will remain the same on the curvature. So if you're like this, in theory, you should be making a round circle. I shouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah. My thing is, angles should be, angles are a weird thing. You know what I mean? At one point, shouldn't we be down here and something going by up here, and as soon as it goes over, lost in sight? You know what I mean?
The weird things to me are flight paths.
Yeah.
Airplanes flight paths to get to certain places. They don't just like, I'm in California. You just don't fly in a straight line to New York. Fastest point is a straight line. No, you're fucking doing this. Why am I doing that?
It's a strange thing.
If we only had Tony's forehead here to draw a map, we would know.
Oh, he has definitely the answers to this. But he is not going to enlighten us with his knowledge. Just, and a matter of fact, I need to take another hit of this whiskey here because, man.
It's because he's still shoveling snow out in Buffalo.
Man, they got hit. Man, my heart goes out to him. I was messing with him earlier, but man, he got hit hard over there. Now, there's just, I feel it's a debate that unless we all one day get to go up there and just take a look at it ourselves. I don't believe science 100%. I don't believe the angles or because of the fish lenses, the way they make things look round and all that. I know at night we can look at the moon and the moon looks round, but perception is a mother.
Yeah.
So, I mean, until we really know, who knows? If you're a guy that believes in God and you look into the Bible and you read about the firmament and how that's all made and everything, hey, there's you can go, like we say, we talk about the rabbit holes all the time, and we can go into another one about why you're not allowed to go past a certain point. If you go to the North Pole and you you know what I mean? And the way that you're forced to fly certain ways. You can't go, airlines are forced to fly certain ways around the world. It's a trippy thing. But nonetheless, something we all got to get over. One day we'll get to do it. Hopefully Mexico has the answer to this. Those guys always have the answer to everything, right?
They'll check it coming down their ladder from the moon. So I got one. I don't know. I'm not a big so this is where my wife would be really good at she's into that kind of stuff, like dreams and things like that.
Oh man, I love talking about this stuff on the dreams.
So I have, as of late, have been having just the strangest dreams and full-fledged conversations. My wife's yo, you're talking. You're not just you're talking.
Wow.
Well, so last night, I wake up tripped the fuck out because I go to sleep. Nothing on my mind. Nothing, nothing pressing. So I go to sleep and I wake up at my mom's funeral.
Oh,
but
snap.
it's present day. She died 4 years ago. And I'm there. My kids are there. My wife's there. And me and my oldest daughter are on the same wavelength on this funeral. We're like, why the fuck are we having a funeral right now? Why the fuck is her body right there? She died 4 years ago. She's screaming. Wow. What the fuck's going on? So me and my daughter sketched out what the fuck? So we get into this funeral thing and we sit in the back. Me and my kid are yo, something ain't right. We sit in the back. But everybody else is mingling, having they're talking and whatever. All of a sudden, my mom fucking starts twitching. Not a little finger twitch, but she's
oh crap.
laying down in the thing. And me and my daughter are the fuck? Everybody else not paying attention. My wife's like, "Oh no, it's normal. It's normal." No, me and my kid are like, "No, no, 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 no."
That's crazy.
Fucking moving.
Okay.
She's fucking moving. She's fucking alive. And we're like, no, 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 no. Get to. But it was so weird because like she would like move, and then like my sister would come over and like kind of like put her arm back down or move her head back, and
dude, no.
So
no,
people are chilling at like where like the hors d'oeuvres and like little mingle section is.
They have the little sandwiches and shit.
Me and my daughter are just like, fuck, like what the fuck? And she's like, Dad, on the count of three, let's pinch each other. We're fucking asleep. We gotta be asleep.
No.
To pinch each other, nothing, right? So a couple minutes pass and we're just like, we're tripped out, trying to figure out fuck. So we're like, you know what? Dude, we love mom, but let's get the fuck out of here. So we leave the door. Every door we went into was somebody else's funeral, while these motherfuckers are like twitching away, like,
oh hell no.
So then we finally get outside after like 50 doors.
Damn.
And it's like the fucking Day of the Dead, where they got all those fucking big ass, skeletons and shit just walking around. And this is where my wife fucking laughed because it fits my mom to a T. So I finally wake up. I wake up and I lay facing our hallway / there's our bathrooms inside our bedroom. My mom used to get a lot of enjoyment out of scaring the bejesus out of people. She would literally like crawl down the hallway, army style, on her hands and knees, just to scare you. And she would get up and she'd do her little fucking shaky dance because she was happy she scared the shit out of you.
Oh crap.
So I open my eyes and all of a sudden I see shadowy figure just doing this.
What?
I grab the covers and I'm like, you motherfucker, and just pull the covers over my head.
That's crazy, man. That's
bro.
Crazy. So I've had some pretty crazy dreams. What's crazy now is, and my wife, I don't know if she believes me or not, but I don't dream. Really? I don't have dreams. Every day is like I watch TV till I can't stand it no more, and I don't even know when I fell asleep. And then when I wake up, it feels like every day I close my eyes for like 3 to 5 minutes. And I wake up. And I'm just like, holy crap. But every now and then I'll get a dream that's so vivid. It's crazy. Like, I've been at my own funeral. I've been at friends' funerals. I don't know what that shit means.
See, me neither. And like what Drew said, like the last like year has been like the dreams have been so real. I can remember smells and things like that. But like I don't know. It freaks me out. Like I just want to go to sleep and like blank out and not. Like, I've had dreams where, like, my kids were kidnapped and, like, I had to kill somebody, and I remember the smell of blood and, like, you just wild-ass fucking dreams, dude.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy.
And I know it's my brain just working overtime.
You know what's crazy? When you have a dream that you're chasing somebody, and I think everybody's gone through this. Let's just talk about something that people can relate to. In a dream where you're just trying to run as quick as you can, but it's like your legs are stuck in cement. As hard as you try to run, you can't run, and you can never look down at your feet and see your legs. You know what I mean?
It always reminds me of that Nightmare on Elm Street where she's running up the steps, but when she takes a step up the stairs, her foot goes into the stair and it's just like this goo that's just holding her foot.
Yeah. Dude, The craziest thing that I've ever felt from a dream is, you've ever been shot? For you, some of you guys that you were born and raised in the hood, the one thing you were always scared of is being caught up in a gunfight, drive-by, things like that.
Yep.
I dreamt that I was shot in the chest multiple times. And when I woke up, like right after I was shot and I was there like dying on the floor, I had pain in my chest all around where I was shot. I was in pain.
Yeah.
If I dreamt I got shot in the back, I woke up with pain on my back. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, I've lived through drive-bys. Like, legit drive-bys, like, where, you know, my dad, you know, did a lot of frivolous things in his time, but we actually went a couple, last weekend. There's this Mexican store that I've been going to since I was probably 4. And I shit you not, like, you go inside the store, the shelves are still the same. There's probably still the same copper pots hanging on the fucking on the ceiling, like this. But the food for me, it's delicious. Like, I love the food, so I'll go get the food. But I was showing the wife, I was like, yeah, this where I live. We live like literally like a half a block, and it was the house my dad had burnt down.
Oh wow!
So when they rebuilt it, they rebuilt the front next to the door on the right side. There used to be a big picture window. And they rebuilt it with no window. It looks kind of weird, but there's no window there now. But when I was little, we had a drive-by on our house because my dad was doing some dumb shit. And I was laying on the couch in front of that window where the TV was. And they came and sprayed the house.
Oh, wow.
And my brother, rest in peace, I was like 5. So I didn't know what the fuck's going on. I was just frozen on the couch like, what the fuck just happened?
Dude.
My brother flipped the couch over and so I rolled off the back so the couch was kind of sheltering us. And then my oldest sister was in her room, and one of the bullets hit the teddy bear that she had one of those big teddy bears you get like Costco or whatever.
Yeah.
She had one of those that was sitting right next to her. Okay, so one of the bullets hit right next to her.
God dang.
It's wild. Like, you think about it now, it's just like, ooh. But
I think about those people that they say, we can laugh about those things now. Nah. I don't know, man. I saw a lot of things go down that I don't think I can laugh about that shit now.
I have to laugh about it because, like, you know, like I said, like, and I think that's like for me, like, I think that's how relationships work too, a little bit, because like I'm numb to a whole lot of stuff, right? Like, or at least I pretend like I'm numb to a whole lot of stuff, and my wife like will call me out on it, but then I deny it, but then my wife like is numb on a whole lot of stuff from her upbringing, and like you get these certain levels of numbness on shit, and you're just like, oh, it don't matter, fuck it, is what it is, you know. And some people are just, we have other people that we know that like to them we're not good people, I would assume. Dang.
Dude.
Are those enchiladas?
Yeah, I guess my wife was cooking. Yeah, she made enchiladas.
Yeah,
It's really
enchiladas. That actually looks pretty good. So we got burnt out. No, let me.
I'm gonna be polite and eat these afterwards.
Let me preface this though. We got burnt out on a lot of different foods. My dad would like come over every day, every other day for dinner, and he liked the same few things. So there for a while, you know, we were having a lot of enchiladas, a lot of chicken mole, because, you know, my mom had passed and he liked it because she cooked it. So my wife learned how to cook it, And so she would make that all the time. Well, after a while, it kind of got ran into the ground. So, like, we'd look at an enchilada or we'd look at some chicken mole and we'd be like, "Rrr."
I know.
Now we're getting further past that to where it's starting to look appetizing again.
Oh, okay. When it starts going back on you, you got to do it right, or else you just fall right back into that funk. I think of food for me that I can never get tired of. Man, it's got to be barbecue.
Is that your one food?
That one food, if I had to eat every day.
Gun to your head right now, and I'm like, look.
Just barbecue.
You get one genre of meal. What is it?
Smoked tri-tip, just for the rest of my life. I don't know. I don't think when we go to the supermarket and we go to buy our food and our groceries.
I'll even give you like tri-tip and brisket and just that genre. Just smoked barbecue.
It's just smoked barbecue. That's gotta be faux life. Everything for me.
I'm gonna break Platinum Sour's heart right now. I've never had king crab one, and the best type of seafood I've ever had in my life come from a place called Long John Silver's. We grow poor.
Brother.
Babe, bend to your head. No. Genre of food you can't live without. She said no, I'm not doing it. She yelled at me. She's gonna hit me later.
Oh no. I can't do without barbecue. It's got to be there. Everything else can go. I don't care about soups, anything else. I can definitely do.
I don't think I know my wife says that, but I don't think you could go without pasta / garlic. She's like a pasta garlic like.
Ooh. See, now you made it even tougher because the second thing I love most is lasagna.
That's my kid. Lasagna.
That's like I'm Garfield to lasagna. I am, brother. I love it. I love lasagna. Ooh. Just even now, I said it now.
Just give me a good carne asada or carnitas burrito. I'm good. My wife makes some good. She hasn't made them in a while, but she makes some good carnitas. Oh,
brother. Ooh. Damn, that whiskey. I guess it was sitting at the bottom. Holy crap. Carnitas are a specialty. They're like in their own world.
It's an all-day process for her. It's like, I don't know how many hours she cooks them, but it's like, I'm pretty sure like I go to work and she's like, I started the meat, and then like I get home, it's just like simmering down, and I'm like,
damn. My uncle used to make them. He even used to use Coca-Cola.
Really?
He would put Coca-Cola and then squeeze oranges. It would make the orange would make it, and the Coca-Cola would make them like sticky and yummy. I don't know. I can't explain it. They were
okay. So when it comes to your mole, like your chicken mole or the sauce, are you one of those people that they put chocolate in it?
Yeah.
Sometimes do the chocolate.
See, I gotta have the chocolate and the rest of the ingredients that go into mole to make it authentic mole poblano. I don't rock the sesame seed that everybody puts on.
No, they don't do sesame seed or not like that. But my mom's grandma she used to do like the chicken mole with the whole chicken. And you just grab a piece of fucking chicken out of there with the chocolate. My mom did it more of a lazier way, where she would boil the chicken, shred up the chicken. She'd make the mole, but minus the chocolate, because it just tasted better.
The chocolate just makes it a little sweeter. But traditionally in Mexico growing up, that's how we had mole. It was with the chocolate in there. Hey guys, when we say chocolate, we don't mean like Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah, it's not an extra bar.
No, this is a really special, almost natural cocoa style. It's more on the bitter side. It's not that sweet, but it thickens it up. It makes it pretty good. But man,
She used to do a lot of like what we in our house we call like poor man's food. And there was 2 levels to poor man's food, right? So there was poor man's food when you weren't that poor, where you get your diced up cubes of pork, cook up your pork, you get your tomato sauce, you add your water, add your potatoes, let that simmer like a stew over some Spanish rice.
oh
That was poor man's food number 1, which is fucking fantastic.
damn,
Poor man's food number 2 is when you're really poor and you only got hamburger. Cook up some hamburger, do the same thing. Tomato sauce, water, potatoes, let it all simmer, get it all cooked down, throw it over some Spanish rice. That's poor man's food number 2.
damn.
But hey, when you're hungry and you need to get full, woo.
I'm telling you right now, what I want to try. I understand whether people could put raisins in it, but I'll take the cranberries all day long over the raisins, though, brother. I'll tell you that right now. I saw this little casserole style type thing I want to try out. The guy puts a gang of butter in a little 9 by or 10 by 8 whatever pan, glass pan. He takes a bunch of these tater tots, puts them in there. The round little tater tots.
Yeah.
He puts cheese on there.
Ooh.
Then he takes tomato sauce. He cooks the ground beef with spices and stuff. And he brings that to a boil and he puts it all on top. Throws that bitch in the oven. 30 minutes later, pulls it out, puts another layer of cheese on top of that thing, man. Puts it back in the oven. Maybe another 10 minutes or something like that. Pulls it out. And when he cuts into this thing, it comes out, ooh, like a whole slice of pie of this stuff.
I have to have all make that.
Oh, man, it was good. It was good. It looked awesome.
One of the heartier dinners she makes, which I love a breakfast for dinner. I'm a breakfast for dinner kind of guy. But man, she makes some breakfast pizza where she like does like the crust. She makes her homemade crust. She does like some yeast and like flour and does all this kind of shit. Makes your crust, spreads it out. Does the sauce is sausage gravy.
Ooh.
Then you get your hash browns and your eggs and your cheese and throw. Telling you.
So, oh man, who knows any of these items from McDonald's that are secret menu?
I make gangbang.
Huh?
I make gangbang.
What? Okay.
You know what a gangbang is, right?
First time I heard it.
This is a legit secret menu item from McDonald's.
Okay. I don't want to pull up there, man, and say it like that, but what does it involve? What does it have?
You get yourself a McDouble.
Uh-huh.
Again, you live on the cheap. When you're living on the cheap, you get yourself a McDouble. Get yourself a plain McChicken. Take one of the buns off the McChicken.
Okay.
Split your McDouble.
Uh-huh.
Insert, squish, McGangbang.
Oh, wow.
See, but you don't have a Jack. I was going to turn you on to the best sandwich you'll ever put your lips upon. You don't have Jack. Do you have Jack in the Box out there?
No, man. I was just talking about this yesterday. I have no Jack in the Box. I missed the damn tacos and the sourdough.
For anybody that has a Jack in the Box, I've been eating this since I was like 18. Back then, you could get 2 tacos, a chicken sandwich, and a root beer float for like $5 back when I was a youngster. man. But here's what you do.
For those who can't get no ass, go get yourself a McCulo and make it easy. Problem solved. Problem solver.
Here's what you do for Jack in the Box. You get yourself 2 crunchy tacos. I always get them with extra sauce. Get yourself a regular chicken sandwich. It's like a 99-cent chicken sandwich.
Okay.
I get a plain. You get your taco. Eat the crunchies off the taco. Right. You insert said taco in a chicken sandwich. Chicken taco sandwich. It will be the best food you've ever had. The combination of flavor is unmatched. It's unrivaled.
I just learned today about the damn the brunch burger at McDonald's. You gotta hit them up as soon as like breakfast is over. That they're like, oh we don't have breakfast anymore.
The hash browns and
with the hash brown, the bacon and everything, and the Big Mac, and they put it together for you. They hate it when people know about it, but you guys gotta go hit them up. The brunch burger. It's good shit. Good shit. Well, all this is making me hungry, man. But we got to move on to another subject before I start.
Let's move on for I'm fucking.
Wanted to talk about something wild to me. I know that we're all split on this subject, man. But I started seeing TikTok videos today of these parents that are outraged, right? About teachers in classrooms educating kids or telling kids about transsexuality and the gay thing and all that, which I'm not against, okay? Not against it also. I don't want to offend anybody out there. I'm just saying this is what's going on. There's some people that are pretty serious about this. My opinion on it is there's plenty of time in life for kids to learn this stuff. To learn about their sex. These kids don't even know who they are yet. And you want to start teaching them about their sexuality. Like, ethically, it's wrong. I could see this taking place somewhere from junior high on up. I get it. Minds are a little early. They're not developed. They're confused individuals. They need support here and there. I get that. But definitely, come on, guys. Kindergartners, 3rd graders, 4th graders, 5th graders. It's not the time or the place.
So I'm gonna phrase it very. I'm the type of person that I don't care who you love. Love who you love. Be happy, and do the things that make you happy that are legal. Right? But what it comes down to is when you're indoctrinating a kindergartner or a 1st grader, anything like that, what you're doing is you're planting seeds that don't need to be planted. And I'm not saying the way people live is right or wrong, but I'm saying is there's just some seeds that don't need to be planted. As a kindergartner, I didn't need to teach my 6-year-old child about the uses of heroin. So I don't need to teach them about that stuff either. There'll come a time and a place, just like we all did. Anybody that's my age or around my age, we all bumped into the shit. We bumped into what we had to bump into, figured it out, and it honestly probably worked out a lot better. But when you're indoctrinating kids into these things, I think it's a manipulation and it's a brainwash tactic. I'm not one of those, like I said, I'm not one of those radicals. I'm not going to fucking go pick it at some fucking I'm not gonna go pick it, but I'm gonna explain to my kids that like what's going on, what's up, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing.
Yep.
But when you're giving hormone blockers to a 5 or 6-year-old, I feel like that's child abuse.
It is, because they're not mentally in the capacity to make their choices. A lot of these parents are steering their kids into those things. You know what I mean? I understand that they want to talk to their kids. They want to make them comfortable about what's going on with their mind, their choices. But then they steer them really hard to the right or left into something a lot deeper than it doesn't need to be. You know?
But I'm an advocate, and this is going to sound really bad, and I don't want it to sound as bad. And I feel bad for anybody that went through bullying that couldn't handle it or cope with it. I'm not going to say it. But I am actually a slight not advocate, but I don't mind a good bullying once in a while. That sounds really bad. But for me, I was on both ends of the spectrum, and I knew early on that it was either learn how to cope or learn how to fight. And the first fight I got into, I didn't want to hit the guy back because I knew I would hurt him. You know what my dad said? You could walk in this house again and you get into a fight and you don't fight back, I'm gonna beat your ass worse. Okay.
And that's how it was. That's how it was. I remember I had a friend back in elementary. His name was Raul. And I used to kick it with the guy. He was cool as hell, real chill. And something happened between 3rd, 5th grade where I was like, dude, why are you walking like that? Dude, why are you talking like that? And I remember one time I got so upset at him that I started kicking him in the ass. You know what I mean? I literally kicked him in his ass. I said, hey, dude, walk straight. What the hell's wrong with you? You know? Without knowing what the hell, what gay was, what being attracted to the opposite sex was, how they moved, talked, acted, I could tell there was something different.
Yeah.
But I only did it out of concern for, like, if I didn't bully his ass in this direction.
It wasn't malice. It was you were concerned.
Yeah. It was like the rest of the guys and those who weren't sympathetic towards him were going to whoop his ass royally up and down the street or in school all day long.
And I think a lot of it has to go with maturity and social evolution, because like I look at it even for like my siblings and what we grew up with and everything like that. Like if you were, when I was a kid, if you were gay in my household, you wouldn't have lasted, bro. It's just not. But you fast forward now 20 years, 25 years later, and my same siblings, they have daughters that are bisexual or lesbians and things like that, and there's no reason to be excluded now. There's no reason to be hateful now. But like I said, there is a time and a place for education.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
But that's the thing. I advocate happiness. Again, I don't care what you do behind your closed doors. I don't. All I want is for my friends to be happy, for my kids to be happy, for my nieces and nephews to be happy. However that shapes out. That's it. Everything else is,
and that's awesome. And like, I say the same thing. I have family members. I know people. I have friends growing up that are gay, that are lesbian, that are trans, whatever. I grew up in LA and moved out here to Indiana now. But what I feel has happened, we grew up around the times where AIDS and HIV was kicking in hardcore. So there was a lot of respect for how you carried yourself.
yeah.
What you did, who you did it with, when you did it with. And now there's like no respect at all. Even for those who don't understand your culture or what you do in that movement. I saw not too long ago on YouTube a guy that was going out to one of these like pride parades in New York. And there were guys literally out there with their wieners hanging out, walking around. And there were people taking their kids to this. So what I'm saying is, what you do is fine. It's not a problem. The problem is how you carry yourself in the public eye. What you're doing in front of people. It's not decent.
I've said this story before. We were putting around San Francisco, and this guy just fucking sitting there on the street corner with his dick swinging. And I was like, huh? And
oh
I
man!
later found out that, like, see, the city of San Francisco, you can be nude, but you have to be nude flaccid.
Yeah.
If you become erect, that's when it becomes against the law.
See, those are the laws that I don't understand. Like, it's stupid.
That's
like,
where it's just like it's an enabling. I don't want to say a mental illness, because a lot of these people are mentally ill, and I'm not pigeonholing, but there is a fragment of the people that have mental challenges, hurdles that they need to overcome, and instead of helping them overcome them, they cater to them in a special way, and it just creates this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's like saying you can ride your motorcycle and pop wheelies on the freeway all you want, as long as you and your rider have a helmet on at all times. Like if we didn't know that didn't present a danger to the person riding or the other vehicles on that freeway occupying the space, right? And it's the same thing. Who cares if they're flaccid? It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt mentally the eyes of a younger person who doesn't understand those things the same way. It don't ride. It don't ride. It don't ride, guys.
That's why we try to teach the kids right from wrong and try to explain to them. My wife does a better job than I do, but we try to explain to them situations and things like that. And I feel like my kids have a good grasp on things. Like my oldest daughter, like, you know, she's becoming an adult and she goes out with her friends, and so I'm trying to be more mindful of that, and, you know, and try to just kind of give her pointers and things that, you know, mistakes I made when I was growing up, or things to look out for, and
for
things
sure.
like that. You know, you as a parent, you want to be there 100% of the time, but
it's our job to hear about everything that's going on, give them the support, but let them know that everything can be done a certain way, respectfully, and do it with some degree of
Class.
intelligence.
No, class. I
In
think that's what we
class.
lack. I think that's what a lot of society lacks these days.
They do lack class. They do.
Like, I watched this TikToker.
It's just like bank robbers. Some come in there yelling and pointing guns and shooting guns in the air, and others just roll up to the window with a note in their hand.
This TikToker that I've seen lately, she's a transgender male to female. Her whole shtick, her whole thing is she just goes to restaurants and sees who will misgender her and make them uncomfortable about it, and live stream the whole time. Like, necessary?
You can't see that. You can't do that because I used to run a restaurant. I don't manage the restaurant anymore. I do a lot of the serving and other duties, and I've taken the food to tables before where I sit the plates on the table and I go, here you go, thank you ma'am, yes sir, no sir, blah blah blah. I call it like I see it. I had a customer one time. I set the plate down and I said, here you go, hope you enjoy your meal, enjoy. And he said, thank you, sir. And I turned around and I said, thank you, sir, as well. And before I could leave the table, everybody felt that they had to correct my ass on what had just happened. So he goes, I'm a woman. And I looked at him and I go, oh, well, I'm sorry. My apologies. Sorry. And I said, I'll keep an eye out next time. And I tried to walk away again, and she said, no, you're still not acknowledging that I'm a woman. Couldn't let it go. So I turned around and I said, I'm not here to argue. All I did was bring a plate to you. It's an honest mistake. You look like a man to me. You say you're a woman. We're going to end it right there. I apologize for it. What do you want me to do? So, after they ate their meal and everything, I heard that they were up front and they didn't want to pay for the meal because of what happened at the table. So they went and talked to me, and I went up there. And I said, I got this rude, but I had to. I said, what's the problem? You got your food. Was the food wrong? Was it incorrect? No, all the food was. I said, okay. Did I not bring what you needed? Did the server get rude with you at any point or anything? Did they not get your order right? No, everything was okay. I said, so what's the problem? Oh, because you kept calling me a man. I didn't call you a man. I said, I apologize for thinking you're a man. And you look like a man to me. Well, I'm not going to pay for my meal. I said, if you weren't going to pay for your meal, ma'am, you should have said that from the beginning, and I would have removed the meal from the table and not charged you anything for your meal. So, just between words getting thrown back and forth, I said, listen, I'll tell you what. It got to the point where I had to get aggressive and said, hey, listen, I'll tell you what. I'll remove the meal and I won't charge you for it. As long as you can pull your pants down and you can show me that you have a vagina and not a penis. And it'll be end of argument. You will prove to me you're a woman and not a man. It took for me to get that rude for that person to finally say F you and roll out. I tried to keep it decent the whole time. honest mistake. Sometimes I feel that these people feel entitled to something that they're not yet. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I mean,
God forbid, but what is going to happen when these people get like testicular cancer, some shit that a male drive disease?
No, I agree.
I mean, come on. But we'll end it at that. We'll leave that subject alone. We're over the hour, guys. It's been a good night. Doing all great. We're doing all good. I've had my drinks. Got to eat some enchiladas. Easy, my boy. Any last words for the people?
You know what? Life is fucking short. Have a good time. Don't worry about the piddly shit. And that's really it. Just don't sweat the small shit. Just do what makes you guys happy. Except for ragging on cheap belts. That gets you in trouble.
I'll get you in big trouble, guys. Well, I wish I could be like our good neighbor and take my shoes off and sing a song and tell you something wise, but there ain't none of that shit going on here, guys. Tune in for the next episode. Like, share, subscribe, put the word out, guys. We're just a couple of guys, or a few guys who are just being guys, or spit and talk. Peace out. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you guys have plenty of fun. Okay, at your jobs. It's hump day. Midweek is almost there and over.
Hump day's over, yep.
We're out of here, guys. See you on the next one.